they picked that one up. So they will be starting on the CT side for 3 consecutive maps. Isn't that quite the luxury to have in a best of 3?
Yes, it is. Here we go. Mirage, the final map to decide who's going to go to the semi-final to play Liquid, and it'll be an exciting story either way. FaZe, they have so much on the line. They have everything on the line. The Intel Grand Slam, the incredible run that they've been on in general, they need to win this. They need to complete what they started, but Cloud9 are standing in their way. Hobbit with the early kill, and Nafit and Hobbit both go down. Twist and Rain back a little bit. That is so optimistic. Shiro making the jump around, and Twist, he's got all the range. He's no pressure. He doesn't even have to reload. He's just picking up another gun to keep it going. Rain will click away and ultimately enters on his own. 1 versus 2, and he can't make it work. Brokey, 1 opening kill here in the pistol. Doesn't seem like a lot, but in the context of what's been happening, it's great.
Getting real fired up about that pistol right there. So I think Cloud9 throughout have won both of their T-sided pistols until this 3rd map. So a bit of a change in that tune, and that's going to set FaZe forward on the right foot. And Brokey getting activated. This is Mirage. This is where it can be an AWP's paradise for Shiro, the man on your screen, or Brokey on the other side of things. And looking without the plan to be an eco, practically. Just 1 P250. So an opportunity now for FaZe to keep things clean. Brokey will open up the account. He's definitely going to be doing better than the last map. Don't you worry about that. But you mentioned Intel Grand Slam. Now would be a great opportunity. And I mentioned earlier, FaZe are, well, they should be the most motivated team. They're the only team in contention here who can win that Intel Grand Slam. They were put in what was considered the easier, quote-unquote, side of the bracket here. And they had struggles against Complexity. They're having struggles here against Cloud9. Quite a disparity between Cloud9 and Complexity, I suppose, in the Counter-Strike landscape. And also defending champions of ESL Pro League from Season 15. They were able to pick that one over Ents in Dusseldorf. And, well, I guess they want to continue to do so. They picked up Katowice, Cologne, the Antwerp Major. Pro League Season 15, Pro League Season 16 would look nice on the resume as well. So everyone likes to win, Anders. Nobody more than FaZe this year.
Nobody more than FaZe this year. I mean, they've put together a lot. Yeah, it's crazy to see. Even now, even though it feels like they are some distance removed from the prime version of themselves, they're still a really hard team to defeat no matter what. But obviously, if they don't find their way back from what was going on Ancient, who knows if Cloud9 could exploit that moment of weakness and maybe just knock them right out. Hobbit's going to be taking down Twist, trying to exploit a gap in the smoke in the window room. And this 3rd round buy with the AKs, with Galil's really, really powerful.
Yeah, very good awareness right there. So they would have heard the extinguish over towards window as they were taking this mid control. So aware of the gap that was manufactured by Twist and able to pip him at the post there. So Brokey's forward position in Palace right now. Let's see if it catches Inters off guard. He's very good at being aware of all the possibilities, even clearing that close angle. So this is going to tell me he should be hard clearing, but it is a difficult position, and it's against an MP9 that is actually picking perfectly. That is great from Inters.
Yep, he fished him right out of them. Really shallow peek just to let him know, yep, I know you're there. And then if either you stay there and it feels really stupid, or you try and fight your way out, I'm going to be ready for that too.
I'm always so impressed by players like that who are diligent on those clears, because in my career, I was an in-game leader and I had in-game leader brain, which is a lot of broad assumptions a lot of the time. So that's the type of peak that would have destroyed me.
Yeah, worried about the macro and not the micro.
Yeah. Get caught with my nades in my hand more often than not when I will go back and watch some of my demos. So games to forget, but Carrigan, can he course correct? He can find Nafnis. That's one back to double up from Carrigan now. Bombs loose, time starting to run low.
Yeah, this is interesting. That bomb is a really awkward position. Even Hobbit getting the kill, but then Rain following it up and taking down Axel. 16 seconds on the clock. They really need to move. And this bomb plant, it's not really well covered at all. Oh, the spray for Rain. It's a bit awkward, but he does get it. 10 seconds now on the clock, and they need the Inters. Yeah, he's got to pick it up and just run for it. Rain realizing, yeah, the bomb is out of there. 3 seconds. He's just only barely going to be able to make it. But it is a bomb plant, and I don't think Rain knows exactly where it is. Maybe he does now. Trying to tap it away. Dangerous as well. Inters just hiding back here. Feeling the pressure, even though no one's walking towards him. Wants to go for a little bit of a swing, but Rain, he's creeped up close to the bomb side. Inter's almost dead, and Rain, same could be said for him. He just can't find it. Look at how deep he's swinging into it here, and that's a great relocation. Very hard for Inters. When he swings that, the angle he has to cover is so wide. Huge clutch coming out from Rain. That is critical.
And the fact that Rain doesn't give up the round there, he stays quiet throughout all of that as he maneuvers past, hoping that Inters eventually will swing out wide. I think Karrigan is the key to this, because there was two opening kills that went against them. Karrigan gets the double up. Rain found Axel as well, trying to do that little flanky maneuver through B, but then the clutch to finish it off, the icing on the cake right here. So great start for FaZe. They'll find this 3-0 lead, but with that plant, Cloud9 can scrap together something that resembles an aggressive buy. AKs throughout with one Galil, and util is the biggest issue. So are they going to sit back and wait, or will they try something aggressive early? It's a 3-man B stack for FaZe here. Set Brokey up with the AWP, and he strikes immediately. A great opener for Brokey, looking more like himself in the early stages of Mirage.
Huge if he can make it back. I'm sure it's a weird feeling getting up from your chair. Oh, never mind. Exploded in sandwich.
Okay, blast it
you
now.
go outside, you know, in the break, and you have to sort of think, oh man, I did nothing this game. And you have to come back and do it again.
Brokey's the type of guy who I imagine is like, whatever. I suck then, but let's be better now. You know, that seems like the mentality that Brokey rock and rolls with. There's short boost established here. Karrigan can peer down towards mid, but Axel has a lot of forward territory in towards jungle.
Yeah, an enormous amount, in fact. So dangerous when the T's get to take over this part of the map. It can be used for almost anything. This late, especially when they're outside of the A-bomb side over on the ramp there, you have to assume that they want to make it some sort of an execute. Twister was about to escape into a really bad part of the map for C9 as well, so who knows what's going to happen. This could be awkward. I don't know which position is better, but if Twist keeps going like this, maybe with a little bit more speed, he could be there stabbing in the back any second now. Nice shot from Brokey to take down Nafany. Hobbit coming in, and there's that control from Axel. Oh, look at how they're just trading into the bomb side, and just like that, Twist, for the flank to work, needs somebody in CT spawn or in jungle to draw the attention away. They know that he's coming now, and Inters will take him down. That was great.
Yeah, well, the canary in the coal mine there of the vent not being broken, that's a deliberate choice by FaZe, right? They want to make sure that that sound cue is in play, but the way that that was used against them, once Axel's in the window, he goes, yeah, listen, boys, I'm in window and the vent's not broken. Where could they possibly be playing? Well, it has to be over towards the site or ticket, and this is how the round opened. So once that information was established, it makes it a whole lot easier as they come on through, knowing that Axel has the key territory, that choke point of jungle covered off. He can assist, and that means the focal point of this A attack can be onto the site, not worried about the rotation. So great understanding of the situation there from C9. He goes aggressive and cops a 8 in the face right there. That one's going to sting. Karrigan's in a bit of trouble here. They're going to run him down.
Decent HE that he puts out. Smoke to buy some time. He's got the Deagle down there, and they don't actually want to chase him down. So, I mean, for just having an HE smoke and a Deagle, that's not bad to be able to push them back like that.
I need to be aware of this top mid push here because Rain and Rops are looking. Nafany might be calling them back over towards A. That's where he's leering right now, and the bomb is slowly making its way, but sound cues, they will be heard here. Rain surely heard a step or two, and he's parked up towards garbage bags, or at least once upon a time.
Yeah, they're making a lot of noise.
You can hear this.
Yep. You can definitely hear those footsteps. And you can see on the minimap, the rest of the FaZe squad moving over this way. That AWP on Brokey suddenly is very interesting. If he's over here when they attack, and he already is. Rain, look at how he snuck in behind. Oh, this is crazy, Chad.
They haven't heard him. They haven't heard him. Rain. Right now, the Deagle in the back is going to have to do damage. He's calling all of this. Brokey's taking down Nafany in the interim and gets away with his life now. Rain has to activate here, and oh, the dig with the body. The first one's good. The second one's just damage, and there's an open runway now back towards B. It's a race. The race is on with 30 seconds. Do they even have time to pull this off, or is it just going to be a save? Wait, they've evacuated.
Yeah. A little bit of an over-rotation from FaZe, and Axel's heard it, so they might just come straight back. The question is, can Twist stop them? At the minimum, he has to stay alive. Otherwise, it's a 2-on-3, and he's up on the ticket booth. Caught out by Inters. Oh, no, and they come back. It didn't take a lot. Slight over-rotation. He was heard, and Cloud9 knew exactly how to play that. I mean, the game awareness on their side is incredible.
Well, that Rain's information was the key, but it turns out Axel's information is the difference maker. So C9 playing FaZe like a fiddle here. We'll grab their second round, and that AWP looks delectable. Is that where Karrigan wants to try and finish the round here? The bomb, when it goes off, will eject the orb closer. Let's see the blast radius of how this is going to finish off. And you can see Axel there, the bodyguard, hiding behind the pop plant. Bit of a peeping Tom in this situation.
Yeah, Karrigan. Difficult angle to clear. Sees just the top of his head. And he'll take down Axel. But that is about it. Wow, that looked like the round was lost. Even if Rain only got the 1 kill on the flank, just the complete confusion should have been enough, you have to assume, for FaZe to win the round, but it wasn't.
I just want to point out as well, Shiro didn't try and pick up the AWP, and he also then went to invest. He dropped a gun, had 5,700, and then bought into an AK. So he's opting not to play with the AWP here on this T side. And if you notice as well, on Ancient T side, he was using the rifle a lot.
And he even had a chance to pick up an ult for free at one point, then just started firing at it to show, no, I'm not even interested.
Yeah, screw that broken gun, I don't want it. Maybe because he knows they're up against this light investment here from FaZe, but even still, Shiro is one of those authors who you tend to see on it more often than not. So this is an interesting little chop and change here up against FaZe. A executors the spider webs who dom the site. The decorations on the Christmas tree as they're going to grab all this space. There's only one player I have to worry about. It is Carrigan. And handled. Really good cover. That's what you want. When you're planting the bomb, you have to trust your teammates. And that trust was there. A bit of a trust fall. C9 looking good to go 3-3. Now, I hope this is much more like Inferno as opposed to Ancient. Inferno was a great game. Back and forth, tactical awareness, great individuals as well. Haven't he's yet to get a kill. Give him one of the ecos, boys. Come on. Help out that Bling Game leader. Let him get one of these.
Doesn't cost you anything, you know. Just call him on over. Let him feel a little bit. Oh, he's getting the flash assist at the very least. But not much else, it seems. Rocks is going to be the last one left. Ooh, nice. Long range headshot with a USP. But that is about it. They've caught up now. Very well done by C9. 3 in a row. And we're at 3-3, all tied up. FaZe, I don't know. It felt like on Ancient, they took almost no timeouts for a really long time. They just kept losing round after round after round.
Yeah, and I think that might talk to that 5-map losing streak they have on Ancient now. It's a weakness for them, something that they're going to have to fix before next week, before the RMR, and definitely so as we do move into the major, if they can qualify, right? They're the defending champs. You'd hope they can get themselves there.
Yeah, that is a good point. You want to? I don't know if they have to take a timeout now, but at some point it'd be cool to see them get everyone in line once again. Maybe get Robban in on some of the talking.
Crazy stat here before this changes in this round. Brokey's found 3 openers for FaZe, and Hobbit's found 3 openers for Cloud9. I wanted to get that in because I'm certain that's going to change in this round.
For sure.
But those 2 individuals are responsible for all opening kills 6 rounds into play.
So, yeah, a little bit of a battle between the two of them right now. The correlation between those opening kills and winning rounds is still got to be pretty high up there. I don't know what the current stats are in 2022, but remember at one point we had quite a strong correlation between those two things.
It's clear that FaZe want to give up this window position, or at least want to keep tabs on it from outside of window. You can see Brokey, he was very passive, and he's going to extinguish and play through it. Brokey, you are insane, but I love it. I absolutely love it. The duel against Nafany is Nafany's first kill, so this time a different and in the opening kill department. Robs needs to deliver something and can't. Problems now for Rain.
Playing on the shadow like that when you don't have anyone else nearby that can really help you out, especially when they're coming up through the connector like that, you're just screwed almost no matter what. They should probably just back out and save. Yeah, stick around and let Rain escape, and then, yeah, it's time to run. Wow, beautiful rounds coming out right now from C. This one was really clean.
I wonder if that's because FaZe didn't have the AWP available for Brokey, so they didn't feel that they could be as aggressive over towards middle here. But either way, really good start here for C9. Again on the T half, again, more than comfortable here. And I guess in the CT side of meta, as we watch and see if these last 3 defenders can hold on to the rifles, if you're happy starting on the T side every single time, that's a really good place to find yourself.
Yes, it is. But they're making great work of it right here. Something else, you know, when they're playing, we'll see if they can find any more rifles here at the end. They need them, FaZe.
Damage.
Yeah, that's actually amazing. Because C9 are so comfortable also playing the early part of the round really slowly, might feel like, for FaZe point of view, it's hard to be aggressive the way that you otherwise can be on a map like Mirage, because you're almost just playing into their slow style.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, because I think if you're never too worried about aggressive maneuvers out of the CTs because you're in that stance, and then you can always throw in your own pace changes, they're not going to break the vent again here. So that's something we need to keep tabs of. it gives you a lot to work with. And I know that Yanko's a big believer in the default style of Counter-Strike is something that you need to master at this level if you want to be one of the contenders. And Maui was also quite critical of Cloud9, but since they've added a few more extra pages, maybe a bit of extra flash work into their book, they're turning heads and Twist is breaking heads. Hobbit will get the trade out. Karrigan drops the bomb loose. At least this one's not over after the opening exchanges, Anders.
No, it's not. Unfortunate. Just looking the wrong way at the wrong time. Karrigan has the bomb in here, but the problem is he's also alone, and he can't really defend it entirely with no backup. Needs somebody to come help him out. Brokey on the other side of the smoke there, towards the catwalk. They're going to be putting up an additional smoke and getting the boost. So we're going to be careful that the shadow is not showing down on the low ground here. Hobbit, he's going to be able to catch that, no problem. Well done. And since someone's up there, he kind of knows there's a second player, so easy maths for him. Hobbit taking both of them down. Triple in this round for him, and Karrigan all on his own. And they know where he was getting the kill, so they can probably figure out that he's going to be somewhere in the middle here.
It's great. They didn't just focus on picking up the bomb immediately. They're like, well, we know that you're likely to come here and try and lock it down. There's so many angles that we could possibly be in, and that's a great little double up from Hobbit there. So they will be able to get the bomb back in Inters, and I think Inters right now is really being quite a force to be reckoned with, right? Like I talk about him as supportive element. Yeah, he's the guy throwing the flashes, anchoring bomb sites, but his output has been fantastic. So not only getting it done in the gym, but getting it done in the servers. I'm sure Karrigan wants to hold on to this. He's picked the wrong bomb site here to be loitering. But this is 5 rounds already for C9. This is looking very, very good. And I know we already discussed the Intel Grand Slam, but we heard from Karrigan in that interview piece saying the focus from the team hadn't seen it before. Well, I don't know if they're too rigid, maybe they're too focused on that, and now we're not seeing FaZe just flowing and glowing together. Because this is now last map and the start of this map. I know it's only a 2-round lead, but things are looking much better for C9 than they are to FaZe, and that's just the facts of the matter.
Yeah, looking at the score, it's not like it's not a giant lead for C9, but you're right, from the energy is definitely not with FaZe at the moment at all. There's something that's painfully missing from their side. You want to see them try and get it back.
And there's a poise here. There's a class here that seems to be in the Cloud9 side. So will it be a timeout for FaZe? This is the Hobbit little double up, handling this situation.
So well done. Yeah, Cloud9 definitely laser focused in on what's happening at the moment. They're loving it. Brokey's back on that AWP, so that could be a ticket to get back in. And interestingly, Shiro's picked up one as well.
This is a massive scalp to take, and then there's huge conversations to be had as we move down the bracket. The winner of this will take on Liquid in the semifinals, and Liquid must be feeling confident knowing they've already beaten Cloud9, but it was a match that meant not a whole lot for Cloud9, right? This time round, it's elimination, everything to play for, best of 5 grand final, one step around the corner. So it is a whole different context in that matchup. And then on the other side of the bracket, well, we've got Vitality, G2, Outsiders, Na'Vi, of course. That is the dangerous side of things. And we need to see what form the likes of Vitality and G2 are in as they take into their quarterfinal matches tomorrow. But let's focus in on these AWPs as Brokey will brave the flames, get to know. Now that's what they're going to need a whole lot more here for FaZe. Careful, Brokey now, down to 21.
But that's exactly the sort of thing we were just saying that typically C9 would be set up for. They would be ready and probably not even that aggressive. You know, you would have expected Exile to maybe sit at the bottom of Underpass and just kind of check it out, you know. But he got caught, and that's all they needed. So good job. FaZe with an opening that they absolutely needed.
Still, and I know they have the opening, but look at the disparity of utility here, right? They have lost Exile, and he is quite a force to be reckoned with. But as far as FaZe are concerned, now it's a smoke, a couple of flashbangs remaining, and Brokey, the walking wounded. So there's a real opportunity for C9 to try and get back into this. It's just going to come down to the next exchange. You need to find someone clean or trade.
So it feels like if there is any kind of discord happening on the FaZe side, then this slow pace that's happening right now is exactly the kind of thing that can make people really frustrated, because there's no momentum built behind that kill, right? You slow it all the way down. The game becomes very slow again, so you can't just keep fighting and keep fighting. And that can really get to you eventually. We'll see if they're going to be ready now. Rain in a good position, and it doesn't look like they were exactly aiming for him. Good trade from Hobbit, who's playing a fantastic game on this third map. He's up to 11-5 at the moment. Twist crouching in, and he's going to be able to take down Hobbit. Pushes through the smoke. He wants to be ready. This is brilliant. Stops the bomb as well on Inters. And Shiro here with the AWP, not going to be ready. Brokey already had that pre-aimed. So great job. and an absolutely critical round for FaZe to pick up.
Very well handled there, and I was a little bit worried about Rain for patches of that. The fact that he gets one is huge. It bought enough time for Twist to come in through the vent room, who was defending it passively before that exchange came in. And this is Brokey, the Madman, the Firewalker. Goes down to 53 to get the opener, worth it in the end, and then runs all the way back to 21. But Twist coming forward to this, you can see them with nades. They didn't need to play like that, right? They could have thrown that smoke quite safely from around the corner, then they could have peeked out. So Twist capitalizing on that mistake, and here's Brokey again. This time the opening exchange doesn't look like it's going to go his way. He is screwed right now. How is he still alive? Brokey just in the thick of all of it, fighting forward, continue to be alive. How?
I have no idea. That must be so frustrating if you're Hobbit on the other side. Just knowing, yeah, he missed through 2 or 3 shots. He had nowhere to go. He was completely boxed in, and somehow he still manages to inflict damage on the other side. That is, yeah, he should have been dead right away.
Fortunately, they traded him. He didn't get away this time, so now a 4-on-4, and similar scenes to the previous. Lots of time on the clock. Util there. FaZe with some residual this time round.
Twist checking it. I'm gonna make sure. Oh, if he'd actually kept checking, that would have been really interesting. Exile not able to get into the window this time or into jungle, which is something that he played a lot off of earlier. So that's some part of the map here that FaZe are controlling, which definitely was a problem for them earlier when they lacked that control. A lot of utility landing in the A-bomb side, which is, well, just a fake. Nafferty here, trying to really sell it. Walking all the way out to those Tetris boxes. 30 seconds on the clock, but Carrigan, yeah, he's suspecting. His spider senses are tingling at the moment. He's feeling like something is up, and he's not wrong about it either. Stay committed over there, because the fight's going to be happening. Rob's taking out Nafferty. That's not really the interesting part. And Axel getting a kill. That's also in connector, so might feel like something is up, but Carrigan standing his ground the whole way through, and at least getting the 1 kill. Axel now here to defend the rotation and try and stop them, and that's a beautiful headshot. Taking down Robs and leaves Rain on his own, 1 versus 2, and in a very awkward position.
This smells a whole lot like Ancient. They were left in situations that felt like they were clutchable, but the way that C9 play these out late, oh, spotted now, at least 1 noted here. The nade, it looks like it's going to chase him down, and down to 18 points of health. They know that Axel needs to be rotating over still. If Rain can find this kill now, there's an opportunity. There's a kit up on the balcony, but he needs to get a move on here. That is not going to come on through. Shiro will deny, and that's exactly the situations we saw round after round after round on Ancient.
So many 1 versus 2s that ended up going all of them in Cloud9's favor, unfortunately. But this one looked winnable. It looked really winnable, and the fact that Carrigan was over there didn't really catch the bait over on the A-bomb side, and it still wasn't enough. Shiro barely lived through that barrage of bullets coming through from Carrigan. 6-4. Again, it's really only a 2-round lead, which is not that much, but it just feels like it's much more. It feels like FaZe are struggling to stay alive.
Yeah, Brokey's tried to dictate the pace in the last 2 rounds with those aggressive maneuvers with the AWP, but it's really just been Brokey hung out to dry on his lonesome in the middle, doing Brokey-esque plays. And we have seen Carrigan attempt to get aggressive over towards the B apartments in different encounters here, but I think that's one of the keys, especially when you reflect on Ancient, that FaZe were the ones who were responding. They were never really the ones who were having the answers, and when they did go aggressive, highlighted by Maui on the desk, Cloud9 already had the answers. They were ready for those type of maneuvers. If you're going to run the same thing twice, it's hard to fool Cloud9. So I don't know where the difference is going to come. If FaZe just continue to play this default game.
Well, you notice as well in this round how far back on the map Cloud9 were at the start of it. They were not going to get caught by another crazy push from Brokey. And they're happy to spend 30 seconds just waiting it out. And now that they haven't felt anything, nothing's going on the pass, they can set it up and try and go for sort of more of an XU. Looks like it's going to be an ace split at this point.
Brokey should have this one as well, unless they flash. Well, there's the flash, he peers back in. Brokey, good for another opener again. But that's it. Inters will find him. Now this one's on.
Yep, Naded is back. Rain in a really uncomfortable position, although helped out by Rops. Able to take him down. They know that there's a second player down there. Shiro. Not catching anything. There is a gap. Oh my god, that timing is really creepy. He might have been dead right then and there. Hobbit, he had the right angle, but didn't commit to the spray and allows Robs to stay alive just a while longer, and he comes out just as the reload is happening. But the trading is so good for C9. All on Carrigan, and he can't get the job done. Axel will close it out with a double And now they're taking a real lead.
Oh, now they're getting fired up. That is a massive round there. Like the spacing as well in that. Like, you're like, okay, why aren't they buddied up? Why aren't they with each other ready to trade? Well, they're going to give them enough rope to hang themselves here on the FaZe side. So as soon as they feel like they get the kill, they have to surge forward. Hobbit does great here. He baits Rain into this fight, right? He spammed through. He knows he's done damage there. He still gets the kill onto Rain, which is key. And then Axel comes through and tidies up the mess over towards jungle. Now down to Scouts and Deagles. Look, these guns put out a whole lot of damage here, but Cloud9 are in charge of this game right now. 7-4. Decent lead right now, and should be good to convert this one unless Carrigan starts to go off.
He's hunting them with the Scout. Let's see. This is close enough range that if you don't get a headshot, you're probably not going to be firing that Scout for very long. Although, there's a Deagle back there, so yeah, maybe if they swing and they both get the tag, it's going to be worth it. Shiro, though, feeling no real pressure to run for anything crazy. Why not get some more people here? Why not use a couple of nades? Make sure you can win this fight. Desperate times for FaZe.
Yeah, indeed. They're about to lose the half here, so this would be a FaZe round, right? This would be the type of round that FaZe would traditionally be able to pull out of their arse here. And, oh, Axel takes the tag, but hits the shot. Throws Carrigan into a body bag, and now Brokey, 10 kills, much better than the last map. Might need a couple more here, but just AK barrel straight down the throat. He's removed by Shiro.
That's not great for Hobbit. Scout and a nade, and finally the deal for Robs. It's all kind of just for show in the middle, though. When that's like going on. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think it'll make a difference ultimately. Without a kit and just being too far away, and probably also because the rifles are just worth more. I don't know why Robs is doing this. I feel like this is not a good idea.
Yeah, it might be looking for damage for further rounds, because if you take a look, Nafany 550, Hobbit with only $50, so they're playing the long game right now, FaZe. They will be conceding this one, hoping for a little bit of residual damage on the way out the door. Twist might get a tag or two.
Axel's surely going to die, right?
Ah, these super nerds. Okay, well, yeah, Axel goes, but doesn't give over another AK. He's got 7.1. He'll be fine for the buy. The win bonus coming through puts Nafany in a similar position, but regardless of that, Shiro has 10k. Guns can be dropped, so don't you worry. This is the shot, and oh, takes the tag from the Scout, but still course corrects in time. Great stuff. Now, FaZe, loss bonus, yeah, it's here. That isn't the conversation, but this is similar to Ancient, right? The early patch rounds went the way of FaZe. It was only a couple to boast, and then it was like a long stretch. I think it was 8 rounds consecutive for Cloud9 over there on Ancient. Well, it's not 8 consecutive. They managed a spree of 5 and then 3, but it's still favorable for them.
But if you play that what-if game, and if they don't win the pistol here, FaZe, then they only get a single round, which is crazy to. I mean, obviously, it's not really necessarily how it would have worked out, but still, it is a bit scary to imagine that they've really not had a lot to hold on to in this opening half. And this is playing to stay in the tournament. They're playing to fight Liquid in the semi-final. And most of all for FaZe, it's playing to try and get that Intel Grand Slam. That would be a real legacy to be cementing if they could do it. Axel's going to be taking down Robs, is what we're talking about. It's hard to be aggressive against C9 because they do tend to play a little bit more passively. But now behind that, oh my god.
They're not missing. They're just not missing. Like, they're hitting everything here. And Nafany delays enough time. Randall grabs something. Carrigan 2 onto that AUG again. Defensive smoke lobbed down. More utility, but he is under so much scrutiny. This is looking great. FaZe, I don't know if they're not looking themselves, but Cloud9 are looking hot. They are looking awesome right now. This is fantastic to see. And yeah, Grand Slam, we can talk about all of the accolades available here. Wouldn't be the first time that FaZe have let the Intel Grand Slam slip. I think Twist was talking about getting revenge. There's a kit here. There's only one on the site, and it's Inter's, and the bomb's not planted for him. Twist, this could be huge. This could be absolutely gargantuan. He slipped in, nobody's looking, has the kit, plenty of time. Dropped the Molotov, he's just gonna sit it. He's just gonna sit it. Inter's the only one to stop this. Inter's need a knife out round the corner, gets the kill, secures the round, but...
Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, jeez.
I almost wonder if he would have hugged the box really close to. He was a little bit far back. I mean, it's small details. Either way, great stuff for Inter to make the run immediately to stop that.
He gets owned here. He's tracking him. Hello, bang! This from Nafany's perspective. Look at this. Yeah, this is the normal Mirage experience I have, Anders. And my aim's terrible. FaZe's is meant to be the best in the world. They are
You say that, Chad, but I remember you took down Maniac, didn't you, once?
Oh, yes. Never let him forget, Anders. Never let him forget.
We'll keep that alive forever.
They're about to get waterfalled on.
They are about to do that. Rain here. It could be great, though. He's not in a bad position, really. Going to be picking up one of them, but now Twist goes down, and Rops is still here with an AWP, no less. That's very, very interesting. And they're backing out, trying to see if they could hit the ramp instead. He's picked up an AK, so let's just see. 4 versus 3. Sneaking in. That's so dangerous, but even wins the fight. The shadow is going to be showing on the ground. He should have none of the advantage going for the fight. Rob's going to be picking up Shiro, and Axel is on his own. What a weird round.
Yeah, Inter's on the bomb delivery service. How close do you want it to the site, guys? Well, I'll give it to you right here in a hard-to-retrieve position. But if you're Axel now, the round's not over. Take a look at the stock of cash right now that C9 have remaining. They will be able to buy for the final round of play. So if you're Axel, the orders are take as many as you can with you.
Yeah, actually, it's super painful if they lose any rifles phase. Doesn't really matter the Axel, but you're right. For FaZe, it's a disaster if anything goes wrong here.
Oh, come on, Axel. I know that it's going to be like, yeah, well, Shiro, he's only going to get the 1,400. He's going to have just enough for it, but come on, man.
Yeah, I would have assumed the same thing, that you just go for it.
I just want the action. From an analytical standpoint, you know, I'm like, yeah, okay, I see it. He's making the right call. But I want the flashiness, Anders.
But I guess maybe they don't know exactly how little money FaZe have. I bet if they did, he would have gone for it, because it actually would be devastating. If Brokey loses that, AWP or anyone else, really, wouldn't be good. Either way, 5 rounds. If they can get to 6, 9 to 6, win a pistol in the second half, there's a way back in here for FaZe. But man, they need a lot more going on. That's...
Why did he quick chain? It said he had 20 bullets there. We're being lied to?
Just a force of habit, isn't it?
Yeah, fair enough. Well, it worked. They stuck the landing. Double AWPs. Again here for the CT side. One for Brokey, one for Rops.
Yeah. Impact player. Speaking of gym, I saw I was with the Rain in the gym earlier.
Yeah, he's a big boy, all right.
Yeah, he's got that lifting down to the science. It's crazy. 9 to 5. 15th round. And he's carrying a good bit in this game as well. He's up to 11. Him and Rops and Brokey. There's some signs of life for FaZe. It's not impossible. They can still make it back. They can still win this game.
Oh, definitely so. I think right now they're sitting pretty here to convert. I know we always talk about the cliches of the pistol rounds, but this is a bit more like it from Cloud9 in this real passive stance, allowing FaZe to rinse through all the early utility, see if they have any aggressive maneuvers, because they have tried some aggressive plays, and those picks haven't always been capitalized upon. Window smoke here. Plume over towards the window position. Smoke and exchange from Connector. That's going to give Carrigan a chance to look over this towards the underpass, but and Inters will creep themselves out towards the top mid box. Now, they can just sit and wait, because at some point I imagine there will be a clear. They also have assistance of Hobbit, who's not too far away. 2 players parked up over towards the B apartments. This reeks of a B split.
With Robs on that AWP, though.
Well, that's misthrown.
Yeah, it definitely is. He would have to stop 3 people if this split comes through, or a minimum stop 1 and try to escape, but... Yeah, there's AWP. That's a good first shot. Oh! Picks up Inters as well and nearly gets the flick. Robs is finally going to be going down, but he did his job, no doubt. Shiro trying to find his way out of the B hallways, and he is on his own. FaZe looking real grim at one point, but at least looked like they're going to be able to get this 6th round. Only 10 seconds on the clock here. Shiro, he's fighting for it, trying to get that bomb plant, but yeah, they're everywhere. And eventually time is going to be running out here. 9 to 6 at the end of the half. That's a brave effort for FaZe. They are almost drowning, but they may be able to stay alive still. We'll see if they can in the second half. It is coming right up.
god. This play from Brock, then up a bit, he's knocking him down like bowling pins. He gets 4, is he on for the 8th? Tough kill and run, he's back to spawn. Brock, will he find this? Oh, he locked it up, Rob!
Quarterfinal between Cloud9 and FaZe Clan has gone the distance, all 3 maps, and now in the final half, this is going to be the most intense out of the lot. FaZe down 3 rounds, Cloud9 sitting pretty, and now on the defensive side, want to run things home and knock FaZe out before they can get to that grand final and try and grab the Intel Grand Slam. I'm joined by Anders, and this one has to deliver right now.
Yes, it has to. It felt like the curve had completely flattened for FaZe at one point, but there's a little sign of life at the end. It feels like maybe there's still a heartbeat in there somewhere, Chad. They have a shot at it still. 9-6. They have to win this pistol round, and they have to start to look a little bit more alive because Cloud9 are looking laser sharp right now. They're hitting insane shots.
Yeah, 1x bet odds are favoring Cloud9 here. I can understand why they're playing some great Counter-Strike as Brokey's going to set up some U2 over towards A. Double smoke. Towards jungle, one's connector, and they're going to use the space. Axel aware of this.
That's very interesting. I wonder, yeah, so they're going to try and see if they can jump the window and maybe clearing a path through connector into B. Axel, though, shutting it down. That's a hard no. Twist not welcome. And Inters, yeah, he's going to go back and look. Rops is going to be falling next. Axel doing so much work. And he's still safe. Wow, nice little smooth jump out. 3 versus 5. Not at all the way that FaZe had imagined this going, although Brokey, crisp with the Glock, Axel still in play. He's found 3 kills now. He's shutting it all the way down. Carrigan on its own with a P2000 in his hands, trying to see if he can do something. I don't know if it's going to be possible or not. P250, but still. 1 versus 3, and Axel to close it out with a quad kill. That is a nice way to finish that second half pistol.
It must feel nice for Maui as well on the desk. He was singing the praises of Axel, talking about him being the rifler of the year so far. And the fact that he's showing up like this, I know that was with the pistol, but still that impact is huge. That is a massive round to win. Now, no plan, no real kills to speak of whatsoever for FaZe in that. Means, do they force buy or do they take themselves into a save scenario? It will be the latter. A smoke, a flash, that's all they have to offer here. They need to try and get a plant out of this or something, because this is going to run away from them very, very quickly. 6 rounds is all Cloud9 need to set themselves up in that semi-final bout against Liquid in the upper side of the bracket.
Crazy if it ends here for FaZe, isn't it? So much has been talked about. For them to make it there with Liquid waiting, it would have been potentially interesting, but Cloud9 might have a little bit of a chance for revenge from what's going on in the groups. Axel continuing his reign of terror, taking down Carrigan. Just the Glocks hoping for a bomb plant here, but even that is going to be absolutely impossible. Hilariously running out of bullets at the end, Axel, but not dying. He's 17-7.
Now the AKs will come out, and this isn't going to be a crazy upset, right? I think a lot of people came in thinking Cloud9 have a definite chance. Maui wouldn't even give a prediction on the desk. He just wanted to see some good Counter-Strike, and we definitely got that on Inferno. But Ancient was a blowout, and right now, if Mirage keeps trending in this fashion, it'll be the second blowout that FaZe have suffered here in consecutive maps. Go to the complexity game. We thought that they were in trouble. That was a series that was another very exciting game. And you look at their loss to Outsiders on Ancient, it's starting to pile up for FaZe here. Might be going into the major as the defending champs, but some clear weaknesses starting to show. And an opening kill for Shiro now doing his best Brokey impression as Axel charges forward. Anders, they just want to take the fight.
Yeah, they're just going for it. So confident. Does fall to Brokey, who is having himself a real resurgence from the second map. But then again, Twist has really gone missing in the meantime. He's down to 6 kills, and he got shut down as the first casualty in this round. 3 versus 4 right now. And not another map control either for FaZe, really. Brokey has to give up on the middle like that, so they're occupying a really tiny space over in those B hallways.
That's the crazy point as well. I always look at Twist as Mr. Reliable, who could step up with the multi-kill when they need it. And it's not that they're out of time to do so, it's just they're in the harder position to do so here. And you wouldn't put this game loss on him. As mentioned, seemed like there was a lack of creativity out of FaZe. And Shiro, what a shot that was. Carrigan trying to jump across and manufacture an opening here. Eventually he goes down. Can they plan?
45 seconds. Yeah, they probably can actually. They're giving them a lot of space on the C9 side, which is not unlike what we're seeing on Ancient and maybe even on Inferno. Just give them space, go for the more, high percentage play of doing the 3 versus 2 retake. It makes sense. Nafferty sneaking in, and the timing seems to be really good. I don't think they're really thinking about this position just yet, and that might be a little bit of a problem. Nafferty, yeah, easy, free kill on the Robs. They were not ready. Brokey on his own. 1 versus 3, and he is locked in. Hobbit will take him down 12-6 in favor of C9.
Okay, well, runway, red carpet, everything being laid out now. This is looking fantastic for C9. 6-round lead, the plant's there, the buy, as everybody can see right now. Rain and Carrigan, they have enough to get Galils or AKs with head armor only, so I think another timeout for FaZe, just to have a discussion. The map's going to disappear in a second. Hey, boys, take a moment, take a breath. Let's really discuss this quarterfinal. This is an elimination match. There's a lot on the line here.
Yeah, you don't want to be left with anything once the map is done to say, oh, maybe we had another 1 or 2 ideas here. Now is the time to use it. Fan cams are in full effect, and the support is certainly there. Good to see that.
I think we saw that in Dallas with Cloud9 with the support just for the name, right? And the players living up to that namesake. So this is a really good showing again here. And Cloud9 have been able to have the soft entry to LANs. They have plenty of experience on LANs now. And this is where I think the discussion was, look, if it doesn't work in this season, then something might have to change. But so far, so good here. Remember, they didn't play in Blast. This is their debut into the second half of the year. And Cloud9 are definitely turning some heads now.
Yeah, certainly outside of the range of being able to hear those USA chants, but they're still playing well. They're still feeling that energy. Shiro up on the ticket booth, falls back just in time. Yep, he was nervous about that smoke. He realized something might be up. Hobbit sees the gun barrel and pre-fires it. Quickly taken care of, though. Nicely done. They need more Brokey to take down Nafferty as well. And that's the opening. Bomb plant is real swift behind it. And a 3 versus 4, and they have to hold on to it. FaZe, think of how experienced they are. Think of what a good team they are. They should be able to win this one. Brokey sneaks in. That's very aggressive. And he takes down Axile.
Yeah, Brokey definitely looking more like himself now, and they're going to need a whole lot more of that. So Inters and Shiro batten down the hatches, see if they can retain this invested weaponry. Some discussions will have to be had for Cloud9 in the next of how they can make this buy look. But a good exchange there from FaZe. They did go for the buy. They didn't have a whole lot of utility, but they kind of brute forced their way in. Break in case of emergency, and out comes the aim. So Shiro to tuck back into spawn. And just to make sure they can't come through that window. So that means that Shiro just really has to worry about the ticket push during all of this. Good understanding of how they wanted to hold on to these 2 guns, but a good round from FaZe to eventually bounce back. That'll be their first T-sided round.
They need to go on a nice little run here, which is exactly what C9 did when they were on their T side. Worked out the same way, and then they took, what, like 3 or 4 rounds in a row once they had the rifle. So if the same could happen here, we could have a very, very interesting game once again.
Point out, this is the first timeout called from Cloud9 in this game. That tells you how well things have been going up until this point. They're feeling quite comfortable. But Groove, this is an important moment in the game here. If C9 want to get this done without too many worries, making sure they don't allow FaZe to get consecutive rounds, that needs to be top priority. On the other side, Ravan is going to be saying, listen, boys, we've done good work. We got back here. We've got around with not a lot. Now we have everything we desire. Let's break them. Push Cloud9 down. Ourselves a runway to work with.
Apparently many people have been Googling whether or not Carrigan is a good in-game leader. Well, this is the kind of half where you want to show it. A lot could come down to making some real good calls and maybe find the weaknesses in C9's defense. Holding back from the middle. A lot of nades thrown in there from C9 as well, so maybe for the best. They do a slightly delayed couple of nades in there, try and see if they could open it up and get Rain into position.
Makes a lot of sense that teams are delaying that now, because if you're going for that initial exchange, it's just a barrage utility thrown both ways, and it's a bit more of a gamble here. Guaranteeing partial mid control. They can at least get Rain up to the top mid boxes. And now as they limp out another window smoke, Brokey can follow, Twist can come through underpass. Starting to make this default work with still over a minute left on the clock. Plenty of time to operate with here, but doesn't seem likely they want to test over towards B. Carrigan's lining up some utility. Nafany's about to be in a fight, though.
Yes, he is. Oh, they jump right in front of Rain. Wow. How does he win that fight? M4 to take him down. Seemed like Nafany had the perfect timing and position. Axile, only the one spray down. Hobbit's thinking about going through the smoke, but Axile's dead in the meantime. It's Brokey again. Man, he has really come alive on this third map. 16 kills right now. Hobbit sneaking through, and he will stop the bomb from going down, but they'll pick it up right again. 2 versus 3. Intus is still back here. I don't think anyone knows. Oh, he catches the kill on Rops. He could only have seen the top of his head. That's beautiful. 2 versus 2 now, and Shiro sneaking in, but Twist very quiet on this map, but that was one hell of a headshot. Inters now, they know exactly where he is, and he is in a lot of trouble back here. Would have been a great position if it was just all surprise, but now that they know where he is, how do you get out? Carrigan is deep down there. Inters has to go for the straight headshot. I don't think he can have any kind of an extended fight here. Looking for him, but not finding him. Taps the bomb once, does have a kit. Not quite enough. And Carrigan's toying with him, and time is running out. Oh, that's everything they needed. FaZe, they're still alive. They're still here. 12-8.
Consecutive rounds. That's great stuff there. That is massive work from Carrigan to close things out. Inters did a great job. And I really like Hobbit's positioning there, jumping into that smoke they throw. This smoke here, it's really good to deal with the top ticket position, right? So you can scale up connector. So a great idea there. Hobbit using it against them for a kill. But you mentioned Twist with a tidy shot. He does go down to the spam here of Inters, the silent assassin in the back of the side. But Carrigan will clutch it out. And it will be Cloud9 down. Having to stick with a bit of an eco here. Nafany into a Zeus, and I haven't had a Zeus kill throughout, and as I've been working on my Zeus impression, so I would like to give you the full experience if he gets the kill. You can grade me out of 10.
I'm ready. I think that's a remarkable skill to have.
Here he comes. Come on, get the Zeus out. Sad, man. It's never paying off these days.
I don't think you should be discouraged. I'm sure they've got in Australia, it's got maybe Malta's got talent.
I do practice in the mirror every morning. First thing I wake up, it's the Zeus sounds. It
might be worth learning more Counter-Strike sounds, just so it's not the one thing, you know?
Shrieking is something that I have always had a skill for, so the Zeus just fits quite nicely.
Did you notice on the FaZe fan cams there was a guy with a Batman mask on?
Oh, okay. Well, we all thought it was Carrigan who was Batman. It turns out Batman's watching.
Yeah, there's more of them.
Now, double orbs have been brought out from Cloud9. This was something they had done throughout that group stage. I know the desk was touching on it here. I think it was the Furia game they were highlighting. So double orbs, one for Axel, one for Shiro. As for everybody else, no defuse kits here. Let's see if the orbs can be the difference maker and get Cloud9 back into winning ways, or if this onslaught from FaZe will continue.
Double orb play. Oh, that is close, and he knows it. Pulls out the USP. Some part of his brain really wants to swing to try and cement that kill, but decides it's probably not worth it. What is Rain gonna be? I mean, he can try and control rotations, but then they're down to just a straight delayed B rush.
Yeah, it's just gonna be this B hit. Inters has to get a couple of kills here.
He's in a good position. Oh, he lets one of them run past, but the flash, oh, it's very late. Second flash coming in. Inters the whole time must have been thinking, oh, this is great. They're jumping down, they're not spotting it, and then that one pesky flashbang absolutely ends his life.
Yeah, Brokey's definitely turned things on from Ancient, hasn't he? He's up to 18 kills, having a great show of things here, a commanding way in. I know it was the util there that was the highlight, that little flash just white screening into this for a brief moment, but holding on to these double orbs is key. Rain will eventually be found out. That was with assistance of Axile's leg shot to kick the round off. But now they will be able to know that it was 2 orbs because Axile got that leg shot and it was confirmed by the Hobbit kill. Otherwise, I don't think they would have known.
Probably not. Now, would you grade this round as one of the rounds that the people that are lost in the Google search machine could use to maybe say, yeah, this actually seems like Carrigan is a pretty decent in-game leader? That's a really good call. I mean, delayed B hit, they only found one person there. They had the right flashbang for it.
Yeah, and it was out of spawn as well, because they were up in these B apartments from the gate. So it must be something that Carrigan and co have been able to identify. Robban in a shine, the brain trust over there, of how they were going to isolate this Cloud9 defense, and that's one way to crack through. So a timeout, as I mentioned earlier, Cloud9 had only taken one, right? Things were going very, very well. They'd taken one only a few rounds ago. Now they've taken the second, so starting to get hot under the collar here.
2-round gap. They were really fired up at one point, Cloud9. They still have the lead, but you can, everyone watching surely can feel the change coming just a bit from FaZe. Broky's been spearheading this comeback, even in the first half, but he's got some teammates catching up to him. Rain is there, Rops is there. If they can get Twist to join this just a bit more, man, it could be a different game.
Yeah, he's definitely starting to activate now. A couple of key kills in the last few rounds. And I want to make a note here. Cloud9, they haven't pushed all in here. The max loss bonus is in play. Everybody's left enough cash over with those saved rifles they can buy next round. And this is looking like they want to apply a lot of pressure towards A. Kaigan will extinguish. Hobbit will exchange a smoke of his own to deny this Palace push. And Cloud9, look at the blue dots on the radar right now. They are moving here, there, and everywhere. They're under a lot of pressure, it feels.
Ooh, nice flashbang to force Hobbit off the stairs. And Rain clearing the low part of the bomb site, wants to go straight for it. Can he find Nefany back here? A lot of Molotovs in front, so hard to see anything. Axal's going to get the wallbang shot, taking out Carrigan. The bomb almost stopped through the smoke, but not quite. And that ticket booth just getting absolutely pelted. Everyone's trying to fight Brokey. That might be way too aggressive. And he's going to be going down 3 versus 5 now. I don't know if FaZe can hold on to this. This is a bomb site that's much easier to retake than a lot of other bomb sites on different maps. So we'll see. Rain's going to be dropped as well, and Twist out of the round. Nothing that Robs could do. That's a flawless round coming out from Cloud9.
Huge. And as I mentioned, they didn't even fully invest behind the safe weapons. They didn't all buy the full util. You only had Inters there who had himself onto a 5-7. The defuse comes through. They don't want to carry through the double orbs. So now that the double orbs have been noted, they're going to leave that behind, just now operate with one. And this from Brokey was insane, the push. And I think the reason he's gone for that is he wasn't expecting the response time of everybody to already be on the site. But Cloud9 were very, very close. They responded to this extremely quickly. Now, there is a buy available for FaZe. There's residual cash on 3 players for another buy into the next round. But if they don't get a plant here, there's going to be issues. There's going to be conversations to be had. Remember, their money now bottom of the barrel due to their winning ways. Nefany taking a fight. Brokey will find that opener. Stuff from him after the insanity that ensued in the previous. He makes up for it immediately. He's been doing fantastic in the openings throughout this game. Let me double check the stat lines.
He's really out of control, isn't he?
He's 8-1 at the moment in opening kill department. The best in the server. The next closest is Axal at 5-3, Hobbit at 4-1. So Brokey's been finding openings. I have to get the desk to go through and see how many of those were converted.
Look at this aggressive setup. They're almost in position. Axal is there, and Shiro just took the step. So if they try to swing, he's got that AWP, and they really want to sandwich them in. Brokey's there to take down Shiro, and it's a trade. Rain to take down Hobbit. That is huge. 2 versus 3 now, and still a minute on the clock.
Yeah, the lack of multi-kills from these players here is putting us into these interesting mid-round situations. Now the bomb trundling back over now. It is with Brokey, who is exceptionally low on HP. Rain does have the key position of jungle cottoned off for now, and Rops is searching to clear out the site here. So he'll be ushering their way through, but we can see Inter's behind the ticket booth. When will he choose to activate?
Yeah, they don't have enough grenades either to really get rid of him. That flashbang, that was pretty interesting. No one covering, but he doesn't take the step. Otherwise, he probably could have stopped the bomb right then and there. Shots from a distance, and Brokey gets into jungle. That's probably a real nice position to be in when you don't have that much health. Inters takes a look finally and spots absolutely nobody. Sneaking onto the bomb site. Oh, the timing is so ridiculous. I think he just walked past him. I might have seen him if he had kept checking there. This is real awkward. There's finally the kill, but Rops is ready. Quick adjustment to take down Inters. And Axal, powerful as he might have been in this game, I don't think it's worth it to try and go for it. AWP, see if we could find it. 1 versus 2, and yeah, already gonna be an 11th round for FaZe. Oh, there we go.
Almost lost it.
That was awkward.
Yeah, it does scoop it up, and there's still enough cash here for C9 as well. So down the home straight, this is going to be highly contested. How are they going to break one another at this juncture if we keep seeing these type of saves? I think this from Inters, right? Gets very fortunate with this, but kind of gives the jig up that he's been able to find that space. And you can see Rob's getting hung out to Dre. He had to worry about the Palace push. There was issues for Tetris. CT Spawn was an issue. So well handled from FaZe here. Just a 2-round game now. They're continuing to draw this one back. But where's the breaking point? Nefany very aggressive here. We've been talking about Twist having a rough go of things. Well, Nafany only has 6 kills, so someone needs to activate from Cloud9, likely to be the in-game leader.
I can't believe they still have so much money on the C9 side, even after everything. It feels like that's, yeah, like you said, the breaking point surely is when they run out of cash on the CT side. If that happens, FaZe might actually come back and win this map. Nafany here. A decent flash to set it up, allows them to put in that Molotov and force him back. So far, so good. They want to get that jungle control. Nafany right over the smoke looking for it, but it's 2 people on the other side. When the smoke fades, that's a lot of fight there with the M4 to try and stop. Secondary smoke goes way deeper. They're not worried about that, and they're going to double team him. They realize there's another smoke been thrown here. Twist sacrificing himself, running forward, and oh, nice shot from Shiro. But Brokey on the other side, there to pick him up. 3 versus 3, and there's that jungle control. Really well played. 2 on 3 now. C9 struggling to hold on to this lead and struggling to hold on to the money as well. Axel to take down Rain. They need it, and Shiro is here. That is a great kill to pick up. Double for him in the round. Rops on his own to try and save it. 1 versus 2. Looking down into the middle. He's got the right idea. If he had some more nades, maybe he could have taken care of business right then and there. But no! Wall bang down. You thought it was Shiro, but it wasn't.
Massive from Axel there, and the key kill. Nafany getting real fired up about this. This is when he's starting to show that passion, starting to show that intensity. The key kill was Axel making sure he rumbled the connector player during all of that, because they could have started to hardtail the bomb backwards towards that B bomb site. So this fight here, Nafany, we've seen him in connector a couple of times. He hasn't been able to convert those kills. He gets the dink, but it's not enough. Hobbit, the trap, he activates. Axel with this one onto Rain was an awful lot of damage because we knew that Rain was that. Yeah. Marvelous stuff from Axel. It's going to force the 3rd time out of FaZe. Karrigan and co need a big conversation to be had. 2 AKs, a Galil, a Tech 9, and a Mac 10. It's not the best of buys here.
A lot of other maps where you could try and justify some kind of crazy rush with this kind of weaponry, but it can be hard to rush on this map.
They are posturing towards B. A lot of them are angled in that direction right now. We've already seen them do the top mid smoke, allow Rain to sell the mid default, and then explode onto B late, hoping it's just Inters there. But how are Cloud9 going to set up their defense? Looks like 2 players quite early here, over towards the B side of the map. Inters, and then Axel aggressively over towards short, but they're reading the play here. Shiro's cheated over early.
Yeah, they seem to have a real good idea. And with the Molotovs to slow it down, they know it's coming. Shiro, great pickoff. This has already been completely crushed. You get those opening kills, and guaranteed the rest of that T side, they're going to be slowed down in the hallway behind. They cannot make it through. Oh, no. 3 more kills, and we're staring down a 15-11 scoreline.
Great for Cloud9. Just so prepared for that. It was a weakness for them earlier. Rain did spot some info, but so did Nafany, and Axel with such an aggressive push. It feels like he's secured this. He will hear the footsteps. Don't worry about the footsteps. He's going to get the kill. They step out. Axel is going huge. Another massive shot. And Rops eventually responds, but now it's a 1-on-5. 15. It's here. Cloud9 1 round away from knocking out the defending champions of ESL Pro League from Season 15, from ruining FaZe's hopes and dreams of getting the Intel Grand Slam here in Malta. We'll have to try again in Rio, and that's if they can get there. The RMR is just around the corner.
Some really interesting days ahead, no matter what is going to happen here. And Cloud9 playing this one very, very smartly. They're just not giving many opportunities for Rops to find anything. You rewind time far enough back, and you'd have a CT side that was fighting to try and get him here, but they're being so smart about it. They know they just have to not lose the round. It is the only thing that matters. Eventually, they're going to find him. Hobbit would get that one, 24 kills on him, and a 15-11.
And I didn't even mention the worst case scenario of all of this. It's $1,900 as the loss bonus that FaZe have just got into their bank balance here to defend their honor in round 27.
They have some people on this team that can get some deagle shots.
They do, but Cloud9 have been a class above today. I think you just have to look at Ancient, how they deployed themselves on that map. It was fantastic. Now here, their first up, 3 consecutive maps of starting on the T side. They have done a fantastic job. They've played some great Counter-Strike right now, and the knockout blow, a massive nade in between two Anders. This is looking hot.
Yes, it is. One more round of FaZe Liquid in the semis, and Hobbit starts it off, taking down Kerrigan. And he's going to go as Nafany are going to continue taking down Rain. It's absolutely brilliant at the moment. Axal there on the crossfire, and he finds the bomb, and Brokey, both 27 kills. Rob's on his own. Another 1 versus 5, and it's absolutely impossible here. Cloud9, what a statement victory this is for them. I'm so impressed. Taking down FaZe in this format, and they've done it looking really, really hot. Almost in the middle, and it's still a 1 versus 4.
Yeah, good luck here, Robs. The fact that this is a repeat of IEM Dallas is months ago. That was back in June. This should be different complexions of the teams here, but Cloud9, maybe they're the kryptonite for FaZe. This is knocking them out of the tournament. It's knocking them out in the quarterfinals here. And FaZe have to stay here in Malta for the next couple of days before the RMRs kick off. So a lot of issues to fix here. The map pool looking like it's got some exploitations available, especially with Ancient in the mix. And this is it. Rop's going to round the corner into the vent, the Tech9 and Nafany, and there it is, 16-11. Cloud9 through to the semi-finals, taking on Liquid. Massive stuff, something to be proud of. That's a great performance.
Yeah, what a way to deny not just the semi-final, but the Intel Grand Slam. As you pointed out, at least for the minute here, that is a shocking win. Really well played from Cloud9. They do look strong, and FaZe has some problems to fix of their own, no doubt.
Yeah, a bit of bewilderment here on the faces, but that's going to be the end of the